Previously on Return of the Mr. Your Show.
Are you absolutely sure that this is the best thing to do? There is no other option, I'm afraid. I dislike the risks as much as you do. 5 times this chemical has been the center of a major catastrophe. 5 times! I don't want to be held responsible for what might occur if something were to happen. I've already told you, those instances might as well be null and void. Let's go dig up Mr. Your Show. I'll get busy when I'm ready. Are you ready now? Certainly. Yeah. This is the guy. Come on, help me pick him up. Well, here goes nothing. Michael Myers wins. Come on. Vital signs seem normal. Heart rate is natural. Blood pressure a little high, but nothing too big to fret about. Cholesterol could be a little better, but nothing that laying off the baloney can't solve. Other than that, I'd say he's healthy as a mule, and almost as smart as one to boot. It was a joke, don't worry. Well, it's good to see you still have your sense of humor. Now, I could give you a basic rundown of all these statistics and vital signs all day long, but the best thing really to do is to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. So, how do you feel, Mr. Your Show? Well, Doc, I feel normal. I feel perfectly normal. I feel back to the way I felt, right before what exactly? Can't remember right before. Well, what was the last thing that you physically remember? Well, the last thing I remember, I was sitting in the bunk beds at MTSU. I was watching Return to House on Haunted Hill, and I was recording a video about a Halloween special that I wanted to do. I was gonna say who was better, Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees? And Michael Myers was gonna win, of course. Oh, well, of course. Then it's just a big blur after that. This could be a case of post-traumatic induced amnesia. Mr. Your Show, do you remember dying? Funny thing is, I don't remember dying. I don't remember dying at all. I don't remember anything after that. It was just, it's there, but I can't see it. Well, there are a few possibilities as to what brought on this mild case of amnesia. It could have been the fact that you had to suffer through the trial of dying, which is my guess most likely, or it could have been brought on by an entirely different strain of events. I'm afraid that only time will tell. But if that's all you need me for tonight, I'll be on my way. Actually, I have a couple of questions, Doc. I'll be glad to answer anything at all. Well, first off, how come we look the same? Well, I believe that answer may be better left up to Mr. Huntsman over here. Well, you see, Mr. Your Show, you're a clone. I'm a clone? Well, it's a clone of me, if it isn't obvious. Don't you think I would know if I was a clone or not? That's not something you exactly, hide from yourself. Well, ask yourself this. Do you remember exactly what happened after filming each episode of Mr. Your Show? Well, no, I don't remember what happened after every episode. Well, you see, after filming every episode, I would come out of hiding and inject you with a knockout serum that was specifically designed to keep you unconscious until an anti-serum could be injected into your bloodstream. But that makes sense, then. If you drugged me after every episode until it was time to make a new one, then I guess I would never find out. So is it all making sense now? But wouldn't I think there was something up if I woke up, in a chair just ready for another episode? Well, to a normal person, yes, but keep in mind you were a clone. A first generation of clones, in fact. I was working on a prototype around the same time I built this cloning machine. It's a microchip that's surgically implanted into your brain to keep any thoughts other than your intended purpose from sprouting off in your conscious. So that's why I never second-guessed myself in making an episode. I just did it because it's what I needed to do. If that makes any sense. No, it doesn't make sense. Oh, well, not to us humans, granted, but I'm sure it makes sense to a clone of your stature. Well, I guess that's fair enough. Well, back on the point, though. Do you still feel fine? Again, I feel normal. I feel like making a show. Well, Doc, do you think he's medically cleared to start recording shows again? Well, I see no viable medical reason that would be stopping him, so I believe the decision's left up to you. Alright then. You can start up your show again. Yes! So that means I can make a show now, right? Well, I hope you don't mean right now. Or anything. Well, I mean, whenever I get it set up, and I'll have to get used to this new environment. It's an entirely different, ambience. Oh, wait. I do have one other question though. One thing about us clones is, why are we all dressed the same? Ha! That is an excellent question. It's actually really simple. See, the reason is because Roxanne! You don't have to wear that dress tonight! Roxanne! You don't have to That makes perfect sense, I don't think you'd be able to explain it that perfectly ever again in the history of forever. I do have one other question, though. Sure, shoot. I know you just explained the clothes thing, but how come our hairstyle and our facial hairstyle stay all the same to you as well? You know what? That's an even better question. It's not quite as simple an explanation, but when it gets down to it, the reason is because blue moon. I didn't think you'd be able to pull off an explanation like that twice in a row, but you did. And that one was even better than the first one. And I don't think either one of them will ever be able to be duplicated in the history of time itself. Well, I guess I can just sit over here in this corner's fine with me, think of a new episode or something. Oh, actually, Can you go on my YouTube channel and check and see if there are any new comments about anything? Well, how about that, what? Well, perhaps it's better just to show you on the computer. It's all come back to me now. What is it? The last thing that happened before I died was this monstrosity. This room with a moose. That's what killed me. That's what killed me. Well, do you want us to delete all of this stuff so you can start fresh? No. I have to bring closure to this. I have my idea for my first show. Oh, really? What is it? The first show since my return will be about the room with a moose.